Hey guys, so as you know, I've decided that I was gonna work on making my first print ever. And as of last month, I know I put out a video where I was talking about like how I decided that I wanted to put art back on my channel because I really haven't been able to. And I think it's because I felt a little bit uncomfortable talking about it, but to show you guys what I'm doing, I'm working on one of the characters from Expedition 33, and I decided I was going to make 6 different thumbnail versions. Now, I've never done thumbnails before, and I figured now might be the best time to do it because I really wanted to like make the perfect poster. I have a feeling I can redo or reuse some of them for a later poster or print, but since this is Expedition 33, I really wanted to go with the character, the Paintress. And I know some of you guys haven't beaten Expedition 33, you're still playing it, but you can see her in the game like almost the entire time in the back. But I just wanted to draw my version of her looking really cool. I just had like so many ideas. So I also have finally, I know it's like a joke, but I finally opened my XP pen as well. I know it's been too long, but I finally opened my XP pen now. I know some people are weird about using models, but this is my first time truly using my XP pen, and I'll be honest, like the XP pen versus Procreate is really hard. It's really hard, and I just wanted to make it as easy as possible because I'm gonna go back into Procreate and take these images to put them into my thumbnails. But I wanted to at least attempt to work on them. Now the thing is I also, even though I use ChrissaBugs brushes from her set for Procreate, when I go over them again and take them for Clip Studio Paint, they don't work exactly the same, and I don't have the ability either to like move the canvas around like I used to, and it just kind of, I don't know, man. It's really weird for my workflow. So I decided I was just gonna try to make it as easy as possible by trying to do some of the same things I do. Which is like, I know this sounds so weird, but when I draw on paper, I tend to draw at a tilt. So I figured I'll just do that here in Clip Studio Paint, but it was so wonky. I just feel like I might need to get better at it maybe. But for now, I have this idea when it comes to like this version so she has a move where she puts her arm in the sky, and it's like you can't really see it, but in the fight she puts her arm in the sky, and I thought I could do one of the compositions where she has Lumiere behind her and you can see like that silhouette eclipse kind of thing. I will say though, for the XP pen, I think it's kind of really cool that the back is the eraser and it works so easy because it kind of works like paper. And I ended up making this pose. Like I found a pose on the asset store that I think I paid for. It was like a magical girl pose. And then I moved over to changing it a little bit because I wanted it to look exactly like it. But we'll see how this looks, because what's probably going to happen is once I transfer this over, I'm going to decide which thumbnail looks the best. Because I've also thought about maybe doing one for like Verso and Mael, because I know people love those characters too, and I thought it would be cool if I could also make like prints of them. Now, I've never created a print. The only thing I've ever printed out is for my mother. She loves this one artist, and I talked to the artist and I tried to make a piece based off of her art style. It still looked like mine, but it still was like in inspiration. And my mom loves puzzles, so I went and I got that art made into a puzzle, and my mom loves it. She has it hanging up in the house, which is like, it's such a weird thing to have hanging in the house, but at the same time, you know, the fact that it took her like over 2 months to get it done, that was pretty cool. So now what I'm working on here is I actually imported all of these like brushes that I got from these Patreons that I'm on. I was on the Kalisimi Patreon, and it's just comics. There's also ChrissaBug there, and she does, I mean, you guys know who ChrissaBug is. It's not like it's a family secret. You guys know who that is. She does a lot of character art like I do, and I really love her Patreon. I need to do more of her tutorials, because I just, oh my god, like, let me tell you about being a YouTuber a little bit while you guys watch me draw. So I thought that being an art YouTuber or a news YouTuber or whatever you guys want to call me, I thought it was going to be easier than what it is. I thought it was going to be so easy that you just go find something online, you talk about it for a little bit, and then you edit it down, and then you put a little bit of music on it, and I just draw a little bit, and boom, it's just done. But that's not it. Like, the stuff that I pick is actually pretty tough, and then I don't have as much time to do art as I wanted to, because I have to do the editing, I have to search for topics, I have to get screenshots, and the editing process. I am not a good editor. It takes me a really long time, so I spend less time overall working on my artwork. And that's why I decided that I wanted to do like more art and put art on my channel, because if I put art on my channel, then I'm actually doing the work that I want to do. Because I know a lot of you guys support me either way, but I feel like some of you guys don't see my work because I don't post it on this channel. I posted it on Nimisphere, and in case this is your first time hearing about Nimisphere, I made a separate channel that I thought I could do two things. I thought I could run 2 channels, and that is really, really, really difficult, because you're going to have 2 niches, and then you have to follow 2 niches to the T if you want both channels to be successful. And my channel blew up overnight, basically in a week, and I got 9,000 subscribers, which is very close to what I have on this channel. And I was just okay with it growing very slowly, but then it just grew overnight because of a few shorts. And now I don't know what to do with the audience over there, because it's an audience of short watchers. And I make like short content, but not like exclusively shorts. My content is mostly long form content. So I would have to make a short for every video that I make, and I did a draw with me video, and it did poorly. Like, I had 20 views on it. Now I know people are like, don't talk about your views and don't worry about your views because it'll all come to fruition. Listen, there is something, like, we're gonna be like real talk here. There is something about putting your heart and your soul and your week into something, and then finally, when you're back to like posting it on social media, you know, it's ill received, you didn't upload it at the right time, the people that follow you are not seeing your content. There's just so many thousands of reasons why, and it's like, I know that you're not doing it for the content, you're doing it because you want to, but at the same time, it's very, very like when I first started doing YouTube, I had no pressure to put out videos, and when they performed, like when like 10 people saw my video, I was super excited, even with no comments, because it was low pressure. But now I have a niche, and it's high pressure. Every video is high pressure. So it's like, do I put out a video that won't perform well, but I love it? Do I make another channel so that I can put all this content that I really love, and I put it on that channel so that people over there can enjoy it over there? Are the people that support me on this channel, are they interested in my art? Like, there's so many questions that you cannot feasibly know the answer to. Like, I could even ask people on my post and make a poll, and some people would still troll the poll because it's funny, because that's, you know, I know that you guys are a little bit gremlinized, because I'm a little bit gremlinized, and I won't ever get like an actual answer. So it's like, I just want to put out like stuff that I like on my channel too, even if it doesn't perform as good, or, you know, people think it's ugly, or, you know, like, I know I'm like mid. I know I'm mid. I know that I'm a mid-tier artist, and I have embraced that. I am still learning like everyone else, and if you guys really like my journey on top of like all the other like new stuff, because I love talking about the stuff I find online. It's freaking hilarious to me. It's freaking hilarious to me. Some of it isn't, but a lot of it, oh god, a lot of it is. So if you guys are like into being an art YouTuber and thinking about making a channel, just know that it is more work than doing your own artwork, because you will find that you have less time than more time, because you're cultivating new skills, which is great. Like, I could probably go into a new place now. Like, I could probably apply to be a video editor of some kind. I probably could. Like a basic video editor for like a company, totally could do that now. That is a new skill that I have. But, you know, I don't want to do that. But anyway, I wanted art to be back on my channel, and I'm hoping that I can get back into the draw with me niche, because like, I want to look at my stuff like, okay, so I have a friend. His name is Glenn, and I've known him for a very long time. He's a muralist. He's one of the most popular muralists in Cleveland, and we've been friends for a really long time. Now, I want my art, like when I see his art and he's so proud to see his art displayed places, I would love to see that. I would love for people to buy my stuff and then put it up in their place. And it would be like, you know how like you see YouTubers that hang out at their houses, or people who hang out at their places, and you see that they have really fucking cool art on the walls, like, and a lot of it's like video game art. I want to be in that. Like, is that weird? Like, I don't know if it's weird. It feels weird to say. Maybe it's a little, I don't know if it's narcissistic, but I would love my art to be displayed on people's walls, you know? Like, that's just all I could ever hope for, because, like, I have art on my walls by a bunch of anonymous people. Like, we bought this thing that it has a signature, but it's hard to read because half of it's, like, blown out, and it used to be attached to an 80s piece of artwork, and it's like a vector metal version of a more popular piece that I found online. But I can't find it again. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I would really, really like my art to be displayed places. I would love, you know, like, let's say Sandfall finds this artwork and they think it's so cool that they retweet it. You know, like, I would love that. I would love that to death. But I don't know how feasible it is. And, you know, I watch a lot of Kelsey's videos. She does like art business, and, you know, she tells people to put more of you on your page if you want to sell your stuff, especially prints of your artwork. And I figured if you guys could come with me on the journey of finishing my first set of prints, even if you guys don't like Expedition 33 as much as I do, if you guys just came along with me and saw how much of a struggle it is for me to just put together that stuff, because I'm gonna be working on it on my streams. I'm gonna be working on it off my streams, and I also have commissions. I have my videos that I have to make, so I'm gonna be working on this almost on the side, on top of like all the other types of stuff that I want to do. And like this one here is kind of, I don't know how I feel about this pose. I wanted to love this. I don't know if it will end up as a final piece, because she kind of is reminding me that she's like swimming in the sky, and the circle thing is supposed to be like a palette. And I thought it would be cool if she looks like she's summoning something while holding the palette. But like, I don't know, like the palette looks really ugly to me. Even though it's just an asset, it just looks really ugly. And I don't know, maybe it was not as big as I thought it was in the game, but it's really, really kind of big here. But I have time to fix it. I'm not worried about it. But some of these, like, I don't know who it was. I want to say it was like Adam Duff, or it was somebody I watched. But they said that don't be too connected to making all of your... No, it was that one smart guy. I don't remember his name. I'm gonna put him up on screen for a second if I find him, because I watch him. But he said, like, don't get too attached to doing one version of your drawing. So if you make a sketch and you really love it, you don't have to just keep to that sketch. You could improve on it on its own by making a better version of it, by doing it over again. So I figured if I could do like 6 thumbnails of the Paintress from Expedition 33, I could find the special version, the one that's the pop, the one that has all of the in it, and that's the one that I would end up selling. And then the other ones would just end up, I don't know, maybe they'll be fan art, maybe they'll just be like sketch art that I never finish, or who knows. But I don't know that I've ever, like, I don't even know what I would do if someone purchased, like, I know, okay, listen, I know people have commissioned me for art, but it's different. Getting commissioned for art is like, how can I explain it? Okay, I got it. Buying a print is like, you got the first edition of a book, and yeah, there's a lot of copies of them, but you got the first edition of it, right? And this is going to be something that other people go look into their house and they see this thing on the wall. I think it's the same feeling how traditional publishers feel when their books, not traditional publishers, but traditional authors feel when their book is inside other people's houses. It's similar to that. And I'm not saying commissioning is not close to the same thing. It's just a different thing. It's kind of like asking someone to make something personal for you. It's like, I love commissioning people to draw things for me because I love other people's styles, and I love to see what they can create with the things that I love, because I have so many characters and so many things that I'll never be able to draw it all. So I pay people to draw. I'm still working on the World of Eradia stuff. Like, I have a special project. I think I might have talked to some people about this project, but this is going to be my first project, this thing. And the second project is something I'm going to be working on that's going to mostly be posted on my Patreon, because it's just that close to my heart. And if you guys are really interested in that, feel free to subscribe to my Patreon, and that would really help and support my channel and just support me. And if that's your thing, I would love you. I'd love you forever. And I love my patrons because they give me a little bit of hope that, someday I'll be able to stop the grind and I'll be able to sell my art, and people are interested in my writings and the things that I want to make, because I don't know what it is. Like, I've always been like, even though I post my stuff online, I always have this inkling in the back of my head that maybe the stuff that I make is not as good as I think it is. And on top of that, I don't know, like, maybe it's because I've always thought of myself as an artist but I've always been like, I could be better. I could work harder. I could do better in so many different areas of art. But then there's like shortcuts that help you, and at the same time, that one guy that I follow says don't get too connected to shortcuts. And then there's another guy I follow. His name is Scratch2D. He is an amazing artist. He works on a lot of TV shows. He's from Australia, well, New Zealand or whatever. I'm going to put him up on screen, and I'm a friend of his. And every time I see him, he's working on this really amazing comic that is just his passion project that I think he said he's going to do a Kickstarter with when he's done. And he's like, oh, I just drew all this. Like, I drew everything. I didn't use 3D models for anything. And at the same time, I'm like, did I need 3D models? Did I need help? Did I need to go look? Like, he is so good, and I want to be that, but I also don't have the time for that. And I think that even if I did have the time for that, like, they don't really make it easy for you to know what to draw and like what to study and what to focus on and how to get better at drawing everything. Like, you have to draw everything. Like, especially when I see like mangakas that are like, oh, I just took a picture and I did this and this and this to it and edited it, and then I just drew over it because it saves time. But then I see, you know, my friend who literally draws fucking everything, and I'm like so jealous and envious because he's so good, and I'm like, how can I get like that? I want to do the cool dynamic poses and the cool perspectives and other stuff. I want to do all that. Why can't I do that? Because I feel like I don't know. Hear me out. In the comments, if you've made it this far, do you ever feel no matter what, you're drawing the same thing over and over and over? Like, even when you're drawing something different. Like, because I've never drawn like a dynamic, like, you know, like dynamic perspective, because I don't do that, I feel like I'm just drawing the same drawings, but with different things on it. Does that, like, am I the only one? Like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when I hear myself say that, but then at the same time, I'm literally drawing a girl with hair in the air, and I've drawn that before. Is it that I'm too comfortable with my art? Is it that I don't want to challenge myself? Like, I just bought the Morpho books not that long ago, thinking that I was gonna like do all of the exercises and become a fantastic artist, and then I bought the architecture. Do you know how many freaking books I have? I have so many books. Like, I don't want to draw buildings, but if I want to get better at drawing things, my world, and not commissioning somebody every time I want to draw something so I can have it, then I need to learn how to draw it. Like, I did, what was it, in 2021, I did an environmental, like, drawing course on a website. I don't remember. It was like one of those websites that gives you courses. And then I did Philip Sue's, and I did learn a lot from Philip Sue's over on 21 Draw, but at the same time, like, I get so weird about putting it into practice. Like, when I make my own compositions, I'm like, they are boring compositions. These are the most boring compositions I've ever seen in my life. This is basically a boring image. And I don't know what to do with it. Like, I've had an image that I was working on for like 3 years now. 3 years, going on 3 years. Where I am trying to get better at drawing fields. I do not know how to draw fields to save my life. Every time I see a picture of a field, I'm like, how did they fucking do it? How did they do it? Just to come back to the drawing. Like, I am having so much issues, like figuring out what to. I know the stuff's going in and out of focus. I have not quite figured out how to do that. I had to download a workspace to get it to work. And I'm also like, how am I gonna make this cool? Because I have already started to become disenchanted with the parts that I thought I liked, because I don't know, like, because I can't draw it the way that I do in Procreate, it suddenly has become a huge chore to even do the slightest things. Like my ADHD is like, once it becomes a chore and it becomes difficult and there's too many processes, I basically just want to be like, no. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, her arm is too small. And I feel like if I could make the canvas tilt a little bit, that maybe her arm won't be so weirdly short. Because I'm sure that that's correct, but it also looks wrong. At least it looks wrong to me. I don't know about any of you. You guys can feel free to judge my art in the comments, because I know that hand right there kind of be looking like shit a little bit. But at the same time, this is a sketch, and I had already become disenchanted with the idea of like having her hold a giant paintbrush, because she kind of starts looking like a witch, and I don't want her to look like a witch. I want her to look like a creepy summoning fairy. I don't know. It was also hard to find good references, because I hate it. You know that thing when you get like a very specific thing in mind, and your brain knows what you want, and you're chasing after the dopamine your brain wants, but you don't actually know what that looks like? That's me. That's what I do. And while I was drawing this right here, I was going to draw her eyes on. But then I remembered, like, she usually, you can't see her features at all. You can't see any of her features. Like, she's still, like, obviously she has a face shape, but you can't see any part of her face for the most part, because it's like covered by hair or it's covered by darkness. And like, what am I supposed to do like, besides draw on eyes? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, literally the moment that I am done with this, I'm gonna go sleep and nap, because I only had like 4 hours of sleep, because I have a video that I'm going to be making on this channel about hyperrealism and why it's a problem. And I know there's going to be some people in my comments that are going to make a thing about it. But listen, I found a pattern of something and I want to talk about it. And I'm just going to put up anything I want up on this channel. That's that. Oh, I also wanted to mention that I wanted to thank everybody who commissioned me these last few months. Even though it didn't happen in, the first 2 months, it did happen in my birthday month, which is this month. And I am finally going to get verified on VGen, and that is amazing. I can finally put my prices at something more realistic, and I have 3 commissions this month, which is great. And I'm probably going to use that money to buy myself Slay the Princess. So I know it's taken a while, but I really wanted to thank you guys for all you do to help support me and support the channel. I don't know. I've never had anything that is like this, and I worked so hard to make this work. Especially when it feels like it's not working, and then it does work, and then it's not working and it does work. It's a whole different thing. I don't know how to feel when I have people who actually want to support my creative endeavors. So it's just really cool, I guess. Now I'm coming up to, I guess the end part of this video, but at the same time I'm working on this still. And I saw that when the character's hair is flipped up, it's flipped up kind of like a tulip, I don't know if it's a tulip. No, not a tulip. Like a lily. You know how the lily comes out and it does the thing? Her hair kind of sometimes has like a lily, but at the same time it's not. It just depends on the perspective and position, but it sometimes does look like one. But I guess that's not what I was going for. Like, I really love drawing flowy hair, but that's also like really, really hard for me to draw. I would say for me, hair is really hard to draw, and I've been looking for a tutorial on how to draw hair in the right way, right? But also how to paint it, because I've seen paintings similar to this one, and I've been wondering, I've just been dying to know how people do hair. Like, I just learned from my last piece, the one that you saw with dust, I just learned from that one that I could add little weird little highlights and then blend them out, and then just make little darker areas to add volume. Like, I feel like this is gonna sound so silly, but at this stage of the game where I am with my art, I have not yet figured out what I'm gonna have my art officially be, because every art I do, I try something different. I don't do the same thing, and I think that's the problem of why it takes me so long to finish, because I'm never doing the same thing over and over and over. I'm like, oh, well, I want it to look like watercolor this time. This time I want it to look like horror. This time I wanted to do this. I mean, it still has the same cohesion a little bit, but it's also still missing parts, I guess. Because if you look at my Instagram, you'll see that there's some stuff that's in every picture, especially like because I use a lot of saturated stuff. I'm trying to get away from it. I swear to God, I will never get away from using saturated stuff. I keep going, I want my art style to be muted, and then I go and I use bold blue, bold red, bold purple, bold magenta, and then I use bold brown, lowered opacity to color it in, and I'm like, why did I even try? Why did I even do that? But I'm actually, with this one, I'm actually getting somewhere with the hair, but I feel like her hand is going to get lost in the hair because it's like raised skyward, and I thought I was like going to adjust it more so it flowed straight up. But I really like the craziness, because her hair literally goes straight up, but in some scenes it kind of looks like it's a flower, where it's thin at the bottom and then goes wide and then goes thin again. So I guess it's just, her hair is also supposed to be really long. Like, you see it in, like, every time I look at her right under the monolith, her hair is super long. Some of it's in her face and the rest of it's on the ground. And then you see her again later and you see that there's no like end of the length. So her hair could be forever long. But then when she's walking around, her hair's like normal long, like probably to her waist long, and it hovers in the air. I don't know, like, I'm just trying. I figured that's kind of why I went with the smooth watercolor brush, because I thought if I went with the brush that mostly feels like the one that I have over on Procreate, that I'd be able to use it the same way, and maybe I would get closer to what I wanted. I really didn't think that I would spend this long on those two versions, especially since I had 3D models. Like, I thought this was going to cut my time in half, but it clearly did not. So I wanted to get you guys to hopefully subscribe to me. I put out videos twice a week, or I'm going to be trying to do twice a week now, because it shows me that not everybody who watches my videos is subscribed, and that would be really cool. I know this feels so impossible. I would love to get to 30,000 by the end of the year. That is my tinfoil goal. It's really unrealistic, I feel, because I'm not even at 15 yet and half the year's already over. But if I could get, like, I don't know, like my birthday month, could I get like an extra 3,000 for my birthday month? I don't know. Now that would probably be like the best gift ever if there was more people who wanted to like follow my art. And if you want to follow my art, please follow me. Also, you can subscribe to my Patreon if you want to support the channel. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one, I guess.